Hey guys, Jeff Jetta here with JC Homes and Remax Blueprint Realty. Good morning, guys. Well, what I want to talk to you guys today about, oh, you know what? I forgot to put my belt on. Maybe I should do that first before making this video. But okay, now that's on. So what I want to talk to you guys about today, we had an office meeting yesterday, and with one of the mortgage brokers there, and she made a very valid point when it comes to the new first-time home buyers rule that came out. The new program. And it's a very, very valid point she brought up, that when the client is going to be applying for this program, that it doesn't necessarily make the case stronger. It's still a loan. So in essence, it could make your application weaker, but now you're getting another loan, and ultimately it's CMHC and everybody who's gonna insure you and let give the approval. So keep that in mind. Another great point she made, I'll tell you who the mortgage broker is after this video. Another great point she made was pre-approval. Now, I've talked about pre-approvals before. Go get your pre-approval done, and with this new application, you can submit that at the same time when you get your pre-approval done before, right? So if you're planning to buy a house in 2 months, go do your pre-approval now, submit your application, do all that kind of stuff now so it's out of the way. Then when it comes to your actual mortgage time, when we're writing our subjects, you know, we have a subject of financing, we put our 8-day clause in there, or a 9-day clause. We're not really worried about the new process of getting that approval too. So it just speeds up the whole process. So I found that a really good point, especially for us realtors out there when we're doing our subject of financing. Now, they say that they only take 5 days after the written portion, but you got to remember, you know, the spring market, everything coming about, banks are also going to need time to do their mortgage application side as well. So it might take even more than 5 days, right? You could be looking at stuff maybe about 14, 15 days possibly, right? And at that time, a selling agent might not want to allow you that time if the market gets hot again, to give you 15 days to tie up their property. What I would be doing in those situations is putting a 72-hour clause in there. As a selling agent, I would probably, a listing agent, I probably might not want my property tied up that long. So I'll put a 72-hour time clause saying, hey, well, or at least a week time clause, saying that if we get another offer that came through, then sorry, you either remove subject or you go at it, right? I mean, that's one thing I would be doing. So that was a really good point that was brought up that at that real estate office meeting that we had yesterday. The mortgage broker I'm talking about in this case is Bal Uppel from RBC, who did a presentation. So she did get some really great points. We have a lot of great mortgage brokers out there. There's a few that I work with really well that I trust. So if you guys need a mortgage broker, give me a shout. I'll direct you to 2 or 3 or 4 of them who I think give the same kind of care that I give my clients, right? Now, to touch on that second point where I just said caring about clients, sometimes it's not just about a realtor and a buyer relationship, or a realtor and a seller relationship. Sometimes, if you have a property and you're an investor and you have tenants, you really want to have a realtor who knows and cares and respects tenants. Ultimately, if you have tenants in there and you got to give them that 2-month notice to get out, and you need to do showings in there, well, you want a realtor who can actually relate to your tenants, talk to them, make them understand what's going on, ease them through the whole process, ultimately so you can get that showing. Because, at the end of the day, you can make that appointment with that tenant and show up there with 6 or 7 people, maybe a family, a couple of kids. You show up at that house and they slam that door in your face and says, no, I don't feel like showing. What are you going to do? Can't really do anything, right? The Residential Tenancy Act is going to back up those tenants. They have that right. What are you gonna do? Give them a 24-hour emergency? How many times is that gonna work? Right? So when you're selecting a realtor to sell one of your investment properties or a tenant occupied property, I mean, I've taken a course on it as well, but when you're selecting the agent, make sure you have an agent that knows how to handle tenants and communicates well with them. I've been involved in scenarios where, I'm not going to name agents here, that had very bad problems. I was looking for the word to say without getting really bad on that, but I had bad experiences with tenants and the sellers because they didn't know how to deal with the tenant. Ultimately, the tenant wouldn't show the property. The seller got mad at the agent. The agent said, what can I do? The tenant's not showing me. Well, there's a lot that the agent could have did, because when I got that listing, tenant was in there. I asked him what happened. I was able to show the property. I had no problem, but the tenant told me that the realtor was rude. Didn't know respect anything. Treated the tenant like they were second-class people, right? Oh, come on, guys. I mean, whether you're a tenant, a homeowner, or buyer, or whatever, people are people. You got to treat everybody with respect here, right? So when you have a property and your property has tenants in it, please do yourself a favor. And I always say these words, do yourself a favor, but I really mean it. Do yourself a favor. Get a realtor who understands tenants, who can relate with them, maybe talk to them, right? And maybe even possibly help them, guide them to another property. I'm not saying that we're property management people, but maybe, hey, look, here's a few on the internet. There's some other strategies that I use to help calm tenants down. But like I said, these are all things that I love to get into, and one of the things that I excel in is relationships when it comes to buying or selling, or even tenants in the property, right? So like I said, the key things that I talked about today was that, once again, that first time home buyers thing, getting that pre-approval done now with the new application in there, and the next thing is having a realtor who knows how to handle your tenants, so you can get those showings done. Right, because without showings, most likely the buyer's not going to write that offer, and without that buyer writing that offer, your property stays on that market. So this is Jeff Chada with JC Homes and Remax Blueprint Realty. I'm just pulling up to my office. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me, 604-780-9830. That's Jeff Chada with JC Homes. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.